What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. And we're back with Nightly Valor, our attempts to bring the light to the Lady of the Lake to the entirety of the old world. And we're almost there. It's getting pretty close. Last time we did lose Phoenix to Queek Headtaker. We're actually going to advance Grimaldus towards Carag Orund, or Orud, to get a little bit more vengeance for that. And our king, with his impressive army stack, is headed down towards the final battle with the Greenskins. Up north we do have other lords getting ready to do their thing, but the focus right now is down south. But we can't do anything else for the rest of this turn, so let's let the other nations go. We're gonna speed through them when we can. And let it go. I don't know exactly how long this episode's going to take, because we only have the final battle left, really. We'll be able to set up at least the siege with Grimaldus next turn, and have a little bit more fun before the campaign ends, but it's been a hell of a ride. We did have a few things go against us really early into the campaign, when we lost all of our vows and all that sort of stuff, which really hurt our ability to build army stacks in general, but we managed to pull through. It's partially why the dwarves and the Empire managed to get so strong so quickly, because we weren't able to take over any of the other little nations. So let's send Grimaldus in to see what's at Carag Orud.
For the lady!
I don't know if he'll actually get to this fight. They do have a seer in there. If we can get them to come out, we might get a second fight in this particular battle.
You seek the lady's favor. I go forth.
And then next turn, King Louen can go to the final fight.
Our legend.
We'll just keep moving. Furix, and there's a damsel up there, I believe, unless she got wounded. She might have. Not exactly all here mentally, but should be good. Up north, not that far north, but this far north, we do have our lords who are still getting prepped, or regenerating their units as much as they can. They took on a Norskin stack a little while ago. So let's pass it over to the other nations and see if we do get our fight at Carag Orud. And Lady Genesis is still trying to make her way back across the map to join up with all of our other forces, help Grimaldus out. Don't really need to see what the Empire is doing. Reichland now. They changed a bunch of the names with the Shadow and the Blade and some of the updates that came in. Actually, the Empire's kind of fun to play now. Their update was pretty spectacular. They have an Imperial Authority system now, and the Elector Counts, you get Regiments of Renown, sort of. Alright, now I don't know if we can actually win this fight. They have a lot of Storm Vermin. Yeah, we'll have to actually withdraw from it, even losing the blessing of the lady on that.
Do you wish the
I don't want Grimaldus to actually bite it before the campaign's over. And Cetra, no, we're not going to deal with you at all. Oh, tax the peasantry. Grimaldus will send you back to Qatar for now. The Empire can deal with the Ratmen. But now it's down to exactly what we've been hoping for the last little bit. The final fight. So we have a Razor Standard and a Ranger Standard. We're going to give the Ranger Standard to one of the Grail forces. Oh, we're going to get some friendly reinforcements on this too. And Armor Piercing is going to go on to one of the Royal Hippogriff Knights. So, here we go. A lot of goblins to start off with, some squig hoppers, and an Arachnarok spider, and the Hammer of Gork, goblin rock lobber. Actually, there's a lot of regiments of renown in here. It's against Skarsnik, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Because usually you have to face all of the enemy legendary lords.
The Badlands teem with Greenskins, my lord. This truly is the belly of the beast. Orcs and goblins move to trap your forces. You must endure the green tide. Fight hard to overcome it and smite this evil in the Lady's blessed name.
Alright, so let's get everybody ordered. We can't pull the camera back anymore, we are right at the edge. Well, first things first, before we do anything else, we're putting all of our cavalry into the lance formation. We'll group up our infantry and our archers. They're not exactly the greatest in the world, but they are our troops. Alright, so they're set. Now, our Knights of the Realm and our Grail Knights are anti-cav, or anti-large. The Grail Guardians and Knights Errant are anti-infantry. And our Royal Hippogriff Knights are just anti-anyone who wants to get in our way.
Paladin of Bretonia.
We do have a lot of flying units in this. So let's take our anti-large, put them off to this side here. Our anti-infantry behind our own lines. We're going to have to spread out and do this a little bit weirdly, because there's a choke point, like a major choke point right here. But with our Hippogriff Knights, which we can just set up top, we should be able to just fly over and deal with it. So let's fly them up there with the king.
We are ready.
We'll advance our infantry behind our friendly reinforcements. Set these guys up at the bottom of the hill, and our anti-infantry cavalry to that side. Now, squig herds don't worry me too much. Just gotta... Oh, they are attacking our allies right now, so not too worried. But if we can keep them alive a little bit longer, send our Royal Hippogriff Knights and the King in. Almost forgot to move our heroes up. Now some of our Grail Knights are taking some hits. It's not too bad. We want to get rid of the artillery as fast as possible. Kind of have to hit and run here to avoid too much. The Ragnarok Spider doesn't worry me, really. At least not right now. We have meat shields in the form of these battle pilgrims to kind of help deal with it. But let's send our infantry in to help. See if we can keep our knights back a little bit, just in case we got to do something else with them. Let's drop a chain lightning right there in that middle of that massive stack of orcs and goblins. I'm really hoping the orcs and goblins send more after us, because so far this has not been...
This is my realm.
There we go. Enemy reinforcements on our right flank. Savage orcs and Wurzag. So let's see what we can do to clean out the rest of the orcs and goblins that are up here, and then we can take the hill, which will give us a distinct advantage.
At once for the king.
Well, we are definitely destroying the goblin forces. We want to get the Ragnarok Spider to completely rout. Not just be dismayed. We want them to completely rout. That way, we don't have to worry about it coming up after us.
Awaiting orders.
Technically a large target, so we should be using our anti-large, but
Ready for battle.
not too big of an issue right now. That many cavalry charging it. Its morale should break. The only thing I'm especially worried about right now is the Foot of Gork. Or Mork. Hard to keep those two orcish gods straight in your head.
Knights errant. Kill them all. We are ready. At once. Post haste.
So once Skarsnik routs, we should be able to get set up properly. And if these savage boar boy biggins, that's a mouthful, want to try and take on our cavalry, then we'll oblige them.
Hastily. Quick march. Clear out. Orders.
Alright, so we've got a giant, more savage orc boar boys, nothing too major.
Break them. Squares. Battle ready.
Enemy units shouldn't be able to hold too much.
Hastily.
Let's get our paladin up and into the fight. Get Janice where she can drop another chain lightning on things. Circle our anti-large around behind them, and hopefully be able to come in and deal some really big damage. Drop another chain lightning right into the middle of their forces. Let's see if we can get Wurzag to rout.
Your command.
Alright, so we got more orc reinforcements coming. What are we going to be dealing with here? We can't even see it yet. But I'm guessing that is going to be the big black orc himself. We are just slaughtering the orcs up on this hill.
Glory calls.
Oh, it's Azag the Slaughterer, not
Awaiting orders.
Grimgor Ironhide.
Call them.
But he's flying, so
Grail Knights.
let's deal with him with our own flyers. It's kind of a chaotic mess, but I'm loving it.
Cut them down.
Let's keep all of these orcs and goblins routing.
Ready for battle.
Actually, let's hold our troops off a little bit, because there's only that one unit that's actually out front right now. Let's see if we can get ourselves set up a little
We
bit.
obey. To war. Knights errant. The lady wills it.
'Cause even the giant is routing right now.
Show us the foe.
Let's just make sure that that giant decides to go the full distance. Wurzag is coming back in for some more fun. Let's see how all of our Grail Guardians and Knights Errant deal with him. Those are just regular orc biggins.
We are ready.
The last round is going to be black orcs, and that's definitely going to be tougher to deal with. I'm actually amazed that we have any Battle Pilgrim allies left. Let's see if Wurzag dies. And we have friendly reinforcements hitting the field. Looks like a lord and some knights errant to come in and join us.
King Louen Leocoeur. Wise indeed. Knights errant. With haste.
get our anti-large back up. Let's get them to charge into these savage orcs. We'll have our paladin jump in with the fight here. There's another good target for a chain lightning.
Grant me your wisdom! The true heart shall prevail!
Okay, we've got Azeg on the run, but if we can kill him, that'll weaken all of the enemy troops. All of our cavalry's up in this big mob here.
What do you bid?
Just a matter of where Grimgor Ironhide is going to show up as to what happens. Azeg's off the field now. Just a ton of orcs that we have to deal with, like big trail of bodies. The orc error boys that are back here are about to really have a bad day. Routed all that. Skarsnik's still on the field. That's kind of amazing. I'm really hoping that there's going to be more orcs coming in. There we go. Let's get ourselves set up for Grimgor. Because it's got to be Grimgor at this point.
Yes? With haste! With haste! Awaiting orders! Take the ground!
And where's the leader of them? Yep, it is Grimgor Ironhide and a lot of Black Orcs. So this is going to be the fight that determines a lot of it. We can safely ignore any of the orcs and goblins up here. They're all routed, though our allies are less keen to do so.
Awaiting orders! Cut them down! Grail Knights!
Send our anti-large out to deal with the Ore boys.
Attack! Defenders of the realm! Grail Knights!
And we don't want our ally...
For our lady!
That is the wrong control group, Dre.
Break
Well
them!
done.
Brave knights! Remember your vows!
Let's send our own forces in to help deal with all of these.
Priestess of the lady!
And you guys are all going to go after Grimgor.
Sorceress!
And again, we're just going to drop more chain lightning down. Might as well pop our King Conduit while we're at it. And the Crimson Killers we're going to hit with our other item.
Hey! I seek glory! King Louen Leoncur, I am king here! Ready for battle!
Alright, we've managed to rout one unit of the Boar Boys, and we're dealing with the other one. And our archers are just now running out of ammunition. But they did a ton of work on their own, so I'm not too displeased with all that.
We serve the lady!
Grimgor is going down. These Black Orcs are losing decisively. I mean, they are fighting Grail Knights and Grail Guardians, so... just so heavily armored. Help of Knights Errant. Oh, it's Tancred of d'Aquitaine. I keep saying of when it should be duh. Alright, all of you, crash into the Crimson Killers and finish them off, because Grimgor is now routed.
For my lady!
Knights errant! What do you be?
And there we go. The final battle of the campaign. That was a lot of orcs. I was kind of hoping that Grimgor would bring a few more black orcs than he did, but it is what it is, I guess. And we didn't lose too many units, but some of our kill stats were just amazing. So we were actually outnumbered 2-1 in that final fight. Gained the blessing of the lady. And we got Crusader for Louen. Wow, and he got all of the Lord abilities. That should be our victory campaign. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, we have to attain 2,000 chivalry. So, well, it's possible, but
I am the blood of Gilles.
with what we have left to actually fight and conquer, there's really not much that we can do. So, well, technically, that is not the end of the campaign, because we need another 200 chivalry, give or take. 222, to be exact. Kind of a weird number. The campaign is now pretty much over, because we have completed the final errantry battle.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
But we do have all the ratmen. Do we have the sewer cleaning decree? We do, so that's an extra 2 chivalry for defeating all the Skaven. But if the Empire starts taking them out too, then we might have an issue. But let's get the king going. We're not going to just give up like that. We're going to go for that extra 222 chivalry. Let's see if we can complete it right.
What would you have of me? My steps
Die, we're
are
going to send you up
guided.
north. As for research, we do have the Desert Purge decree. So if we go to war with Khemri, that would help. But we're going to grab siege engineering. We're going to go up to our lords up here too. Bjornling's Gathering has a lot of forces
Protector
at
of the
it, and
realm.
they're still hurt, so we'll have to leave them for now. But the final Orcish battle is done. We're going to deal with the Ratmen in our own way. And we're going to keep going a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard to get that last 222 chivalry, considering we're already over the 222nd turn mark. We don't want to let the other nations go either. Kind of up in the air. I didn't really plan this out too well, but is what it is sometimes, I guess. So all we have to do to gain victory is actually just conquer a few other places, win some battles. And we do know that we've got a lot of enemies down in these lands here. Oh, Grimaldus gained a trait. Fortunate. And King Louen is now officially, like, super charged thanks to beating all of the Orc warlords at once.
On to victory!
This doesn't have a very large garrison. It's got a small army stack there. So if we need to go fight the Tomb Kings, we will.
Lord and hero.
Let's put Grimaldus
Yes.
and Tatar. Yeah. Wow, I can stutter multiple times in the same instance.
You honor me.
I wonder if Genis will get over there before we have to keep pushing on. The Empire is even conquering the Norscan territories. I'm hoping that they have a lot of witch hunter enclaves up here, because if they have normal Imperial citizens in these cities, well, towns, camps, whatever you want to call them, they're going to need witch hunters to make sure that chaos corruption doesn't rise and the Norscan tribes reform themselves. because this isn't exactly the area you build encampments in. So, yeah. It's basically blasted
Let the
oblasts.
supplicant come forward.
You know what, we'll accept the war against those particular ratmen, just in case we need some more chivalry later on. I swear my brain works a lot of the time.
By the light of the moon.
Alright, Lady Janice is going to have to do her best to try and catch up.
King Louen Leoncoeur.
So our PC is ready to gain a level. So is Lady Ryam. She has all the spells in the world. And she's really got a lot of all that we need. Let's grab another point and wound, just in case.
You seek the lady's favor.
And I don't want to get completely ambushed by the rats, so we are going to
Noble son of Bretonia.
make sure that our king doesn't go through with that. Hold on. Don't be too hasty, Dre. No, we want to get Scarred Veteran.
Valiant lord.
And we want to embed you into Grimaldus' army.
My reputation precedes
And we'll send Grimaldus up with him, and then next turn we will go after the Carag.
Defender of the weak. Forward then.
I have seen your heart.
Seeing Castle Drakenhof back in Imperial hands is a little cool. Didn't exactly want to go to one of our settlements, but that's fine. If we push through here, we could take on the Arachnos tribe of orcs. We could go after the Cult of Liberus, even though they have a ton of army stacks there. But we will see how it goes. We have 1,798 chivalry now. So all we might have to do is just turn around and start fighting the Tomb Kings after the Ratmen are dead. But I want to see that final victory screen, and we're going to keep pushing until we get it. So many armies for the Empire. Again, most of that extends from the fact that we lost our vows really early on in the campaign, so we couldn't actually keep enough knights out there. We should be running around with armies of knights. I will accept peace with Morgan of the Flame. He is a Bretonian kingdom. I don't know if you call it that.
I am the blood of Gilles.
Alright, Grimaldus, we're going to get you to go
By the
close.
light of the lady.
Then the king is going to go in. Doom Flayers and Warp Lightning Cannons. Okay, there is a lot in here. I'm wondering... Oh, that would be part of it. Queek Headtaker is now officially in there. We're going to fight this battle out. Skaven settlements are not too hard to take on, but with the fact that we have Royal Hippogriff Knights and the King on a Hippogriff, life's a little bit easier. And if the rats try to hold any of the walls, it's not too big of a deal. I think we'll be storming on the left side, depending on where our reinforcements are coming from. Definitely going to be over here on the left. There is actually a way to cheese this settlement. If you just knock out these two towers, you can sit back here with archers and not have to worry about it too much. But we're going to go right into the combat. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So our anti-large right now, they're not going to be able to help us too much. Now our anti-infantry can't really do anything at all until after we've breached the walls. So both of those units of knights are going to go try and hit that gatehouse and push through. While the king and these Royal Hippogriff Knights are going to storm the walls and make sure that anything over there is not going to hurt us.
Priestess of the lady!
So let's just pause real quick to see what we're dealing with. So we got a Plague Priest up on the walls. Move our archers up. And we'll get our heroes a little bit closer too, just to keep everybody happy. I believe he is on a Pegasus, isn't he? No, he is not. But Grimaldus is on a Hippogriff. Oh, there's a door there too. So let's have those knights actually turn and take on that door.
Hold steady.
And we got a
Men of Bretonia.
bunch more infantry coming in. So we're going to group them up. Send them to the walls. Send our second set of archers to deal with our first. We're just going to group all of Grimaldus' knights together and send them after that gate.
I see much.
Toss a harmonic convergence out there on all the knights.
Power of the lights.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so we're going to get bombarded by the warp lightning cannons and everything else. So let's send all of our flyers after their warp lightning cannons and their plague claw catapults.
Grey Knights awaiting orders. Glory calls.
Archers are doing their job right now. They are spawning rats underneath of us, so there is that. Not too worried about the rat ogres. Our knights are taking a beating.
Show us the foe. Glory awaits. King
Set off the
Louen
abilities of the king and really devastate everything that's over here right now.
We serve the lady. Go Knights.
Okay, with their artillery down a little bit, we shouldn't have to worry as much.
Protect Bretonia.
Wow, our knights are really getting torn apart.
Knights of the realm.
Well, that was kind of silly. Their towers are still doing a heck of a lot of damage. Our infantry hasn't even made it to the walls yet. But our artillery is hitting that gatehouse, so we're good there.
Battle ready. Attack.
Come unto me.
An ally's lord is wounded. I didn't think we had allies in this fight.
The true heart shall prevail.
So we're gonna have to gain some more troops back.
Knights of the realm. Write them down.
Let's charge all of our knights through.
Knights of the realm.
Considering the entire flank over here has been pretty much wiped out. We're definitely going to lose those Grail Guardians. Which is a little sad.
Have at 'em. Squares. King Louen Leoncoeur.
Was Grimaldus wounded himself?
Victory awaits.
Dang.
We are ready. Slay them.
it was Grimaldus himself who got hurt. Now if we can take out Queek...
Champion of the lady!
then this should pretty much end.
Paladin of Britannia, my blade is yours. Orders for the king.
By the lady! Britannia!
Alright, this group of infantry isn't doing much, so let's get them into the fight.
Hail Guardians! Smite them!
And let's get Genis over closer to the walls, too.
For the lady!
Battle ready! We are ready!
Brave knights!
Come on, finish off Queek. We don't want him getting away. I should be dodging all of the Plague Monks, or the Warplock Engineer's spells, but
Trample them!
at this point I'm not really sure what we should do. We just lost a unit, probably more knights. If they're knights errant, that's fine. And I think we've broken them. Hate fighting in Skaven cities. Yeah, we lost a fair amount. Those Royal Hippogriff Knights, though, holy crap, are they paying for themselves 10 times over. They're already Gold 1 veterancy.
Protector of the realm.
Sure, let's grab
you know
Albert
who I
de
am?
Bordelot. And Grimaldus has been wounded, so Albert
My
can take over for
occupation
now.
precedes me.
Sort it out, right? So we lost a unit of Grail Knights. And 2 units of Knights of the Realm from King Louen's army. So we'll grab some more Royal Hippogriff Knights. Lady Di leveled up, though. Might as well start getting her the last of the spells she needs.
I have seen your heart.
Now we only need 190 something. The king did level up. We can put him on... I thought he already had Bequee. Pretty sure he already had Bequee, unless we were just missing something. Albert's stats aren't that great. But he can hold on to the army until we can swap him out for Grimaldus later on. But I'm thinking that after that small setback, there's not really much we can do to make things better for ourselves, or it would just be a couple of siege battles left to see that victory screen. So I think that's gonna have to do it. Because the rest of it will just be watching turns click over while we wait for troops to reinforce and all that sort of stuff. And I don't want it to be boring. We had 2 really good fights for the end of the campaign. And yeah, it was great. So that's gonna wrap up Knightly Valor. I'm amazed that we managed to get through it, given the changes that happened to the vow system and a bunch of mistakes on my part. But we got through it. And the best part, all of Bretonnia, from Carsasone all the way up to Corone, is in Bretonian hands at the end of the campaign. And the Forces of Order own the map. Most of it. There's just some stragglers along the edge that are left to deal with. But that is going to do it, guys. So this series is now done and finished, and there will be new ones coming up next week. I hope, anyway. I've got some ideas and some plans in place for it. We're going to have to see how it goes. But thank you for being with me on this journey, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. So remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.